Okay, so today we are going to talk about the class. Okay, so before that, so we will start with the structure here. So why we define something like a class if the structure is already present? So structure is basically we use, but there are some limitations in the structure, like it doesn't supports the object oriented programming, the four pillars of class, that is inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and encapsulation. So and if we come to the C structure, then there are also many limitations, like we cannot define function inside that, and there is a no access specifiers also, access modifiers also not present, modifiers are also not present there. Okay, so that are all the things, due to which we use the class. Okay, so now coming to the class, class is basically a blueprint of the what we are defining. So suppose we are making a building, so what will be the structure of that building? So it will be the class. So that is what class contains, and it doesn't contain any kind of space. Space is not allocated when the class's blueprint is defined. The space is only located when we create the object of it. Okay, so let me take an example, like define a class A. Okay, now this is the syntax to define a class. Okay, this is the class A. Now if I don't declare any access specifier here, access modifier here, or access specifier here, okay, like public, private, private, or protected. Okay, so the by default it will be the uh, private. Okay, so anything that will be defined here will be the private here. So we need an private object, member function, public member function to access that. Okay, member function we will discuss on any other video. So now I will define, like I am coming to the private one section here. Now there is some public section. Okay, now what will I define here? It will come to the private section. Suppose I take any variable like a, b, and b. Okay, and also I want take one variable like int star p. So a, b are the variables that contain the integer value, and p is the pointer that is pointing to an integer storage. Okay, now okay, if and now if I have to initialize the value of it, then I can do certain things, like I can define the member function here. Okay, like set data, like these things. But or I can write a constructor of it also. Okay, so constructor is a function that doesn't have any return type. Okay, so it is used to initialize the values. It is used for the initialization. Okay, when we declare any object, then constructor of it will be called. Okay, and when we are deleting any object, then destructor of that will be called. Destructor will be the also with the same class name, and it is used for deallocating the space that we have allocated. Okay, this is the constructor part. Constructor part. This is the descriptor constructor part. Okay. Now, if I don't define any kind of constructor here and I am assigning a object, will it work or not? Let us check. Okay. Like I have defined an object ob1. Okay. And I am trying to make another object ob1 which will be equal to the obj. And also I'm writing something like that. I define an object and trying to object one equal to obj. Okay, so this comes to the copy section, copy type, and this is called the as a assessment. ठीक है, assignment, and this one will be coming to the constructor. Every in this section constructor will be called. In this constructor called in this part also constructor called. But in this assessment type, no constructor is called. No constructor is called. Okay. Because it is only assigning the value. So I will try to compile that code. Yep, it's running fine without any error. So why it is like that? So basically the compiler provides me the three things, like the default constructor. It will provide me three things, like it will provide me with the default constructor, okay. Second one is will be provide with me the copy constructor, and third thing, it will provide me with the assessment constructor, okay, assignment, okay. These three things are provided when I don't write explicitly don't write any constructor here. I don't write. If I write something like this, now if I try to compile it, so there should be some errors. Okay, so like this. You can see that there are some kind of error that are coming because I try to declare an constructor here, so the things that are provided here will not work. The default constructor thing and other rest of the things will not work here. Now I have to write everything from myself. Okay. Now, yeah. So these are the method of defining the calling the objects or creating the objects. So and these are the places where the memory is also allocated. Obj has some memory that has the memory that class is containing. Okay. Now one more thing, I can also write it like this: obj equal to new obj new a. One more thing I have to first comment that try to go. Yeah. Here also I can write new. So this comes to the dynamic allocation. Okay. This is OBG is the pointer that is pointing to the memory of class A. Okay. So OBG is containing on the heap section and the A is coming to the OBG is on the stack and A is on the heap section. This will also work. I can also write it like this: A equal to star OBJ equal to malloc size of A. Malloc is a function that returns me the value in the void. So I have to convert that into the typecast that. Yeah. So these are the ways I can define. Now, yep. Now let I try something like now. We have defined the variables and also the pointer, but pointer is pointing a memory allocation that is the outside of the allocation of this because it is only containing the address of that and this address is pointing to some any memory allocation memory. Okay. Now I will also try to assign some value to the x p pointer. Okay. Now new and okay, this pointer is created and this is pointing to some garbage value. Now I have assigned allocated some memory of into it. Now I will equal to x. And I will pass some value like obj equal to 10, 12, and 14. Okay, this one is the copy constructor and this one is the another constructor calling. So all these will not work until I write some into int star. Okay. Uh, yeah, so the video will be too much lengthy. Okay, that's all for today.